Hey everybody, welcome back to True North VR. Today we are checking out the Shadow Shot VR bow accessory for your MetaQuest 3, 3S, 2, and Pro. It's made by DeadEye VR. On their website it retails for $110 with the knuckle straps. You can get it for a little bit less without. In this one we're going to unbox it. I will go through the full assembly. I will show you how to use it. I will show you some gameplay with me using it, and of course I'll give you my review of it in the end. If you haven't checked out my other VR accessory reviews, especially those other accessories by DeadEye VR, I'll link that playlist below. Let's jump into this one. Okay, let's open it up. You can see I've already taken off the tape there. Alright, so there are the instructions there. I'll take a screenshot of it and the parts list that you can see. Not a ton of parts with this one. So our first step says to screw the controller cup into the bow riser with the included screw. So here's the controller cup, and here is the riser. Now if we double check, it looks like it's supposed to be facing away from the rest of the bow. Here is the screw that comes with it. And here is the Allen key that comes with it as well. Okay, then we're going to insert our arms, the bow arms here, into these slots in the top and the bottom. And you're going to want to make sure that these parts are on the outside. Okay, our next step says to orient the bowstring with the finger cushions above the arrow shaft. So that's above the arrow shaft. And then to hook the lower loop of the bowstring onto the lower arm. So let's see if I can arrange this so you can see that. So here's our lower end, and this is going to be hooked onto our lower arm, so right there. Then to do that with the upper arm, it says you might need to rest this piece on a table or something just to get the flex needed, or on the floor to then bend these enough so that you can get it attached to the top there. So I'm just going to do that over here quick. There we go. I just pressed it against the bottom of my chair and it went on just fine. Once we have those on there, we can use these little pads to go inside of our cup here. And you could have put those on at the beginning, I guess. But there are two spots that are very basically, what's the word I'm looking for? There's indents that you can fit these little pads into. So I'm going to put them in here now. Now it did also come with these wrist straps as well. Let's open this up. That was taped. So we have wrist straps and hand straps as well. And so if you want to use them for both of the controllers, you can. I'll show you how to insert them onto one of them here. If you want to use it for, let's see, our right controller, we'll need this one. Pop off your battery cover there. And if you happen to have a rechargeable battery like this one, it's not going to fit the best. So I'm just going to take that out for a minute and put in a regular battery. Inside of this little bag, we have first some joystick covers, but more importantly, we have these metal rings. And these metal rings are what's going to be inserted into here. Now, if this is the controller that's going to be inside of the actual cup right here, you don't actually need the metal ring for that. We're just going to use this just for some extra security. And what's actually going to happen with that is, I grabbed the wrong one. You're going to just put this back on normally. Make sure it's clipped on so it's going to stay. Okay, And then you can put this into the cup. It slid in nicely, and not used to working with accessories this big. You can undo the Velcro here. This can slide through the bottom of the cup right there and slide back up and just add extra security there, so it's going to stay put. With the other one, the one that you're going to be holding in your hand, if you want to use these, you can use the metal clip and you can use the wrist strap here. What I'm going to do is feed the wrist strap through, put the one end through the other end, and then just pull it tight. There we go, so it's attached there. Put that through the little loop there. Reattach our battery cover that they've provided for us here. And then you can undo the Velcro here. Oh, that didn't get quite all the way in. There we go. Feed that end through that end, and there we go. Now we've got a wrist strap that you can use for that controller, plus your hand strap. Sorry, wrist strap and a hand strap, which will keep it more secure. So there's our assembly. I'm going to go ahead and use this, and then I'll come back and tell you my thoughts. So here I am playing Swordsman. I'm just going to mute the gameplay here for a minute so you can actually hear how loud the bow and arrow is. I have the microphone set up beside me while I was playing. So you can see it's actually not that loud. It is a little bit of noise, but I found it actually helping the immersion a little bit. That extra little noise was not annoying at all. When you're playing with this, it's definitely going to add extra weight that you're not used to if you're just using two controllers. So it was tiring after a while, not going to lie, but I found that that made it just that much more immersive, and it was so much more enjoyable to use. Aiming, having that little extra weight to aim, I think helped a little bit as well. Super fun. I'm going to go in here and we'll just give you my full review, and I'll talk more about this gameplay as well. Okay, so as you saw, I've been able to test this. Now I wanted to talk about it and give you my review of it. So in terms of design, nice, easy design, nothing super complicated about it, but it is high quality material here. So we have a carbon fiber shaft in the front here, and it is sound suppressed, so when you are pulling this back and releasing, it's not making a loud bang every time. Yes, it's going to make a little bit of noise, but that was not irritating at all while playing. I think it actually added to the gameplay. Here we have some fiberglass arms, and that allows for a nice bend. You can see when pulling that back. This is a 15-pound pull on it, which is a good amount. Anything more might be too much, but anything less, it wouldn't feel quite as realistic. And so I really liked that they chose that amount of weightage on the draw for it. Our string here, nice and secure all the way down. We got some nice rubber grips here for your fingers, and then same down here. The controller compartment here, nice and secure. I like that I can also use this strap along with it just to keep it in there. But when you're playing, you are holding it the whole time as well, so you don't really need to worry too much about it. Now, in terms of use, I loved it. I haven't played too many games with arrows before. I downloaded Elven Assassin to test this one out. I had Swordsman before. I had played that one before. But this was a lot of fun. It took a little bit of getting used to at the beginning, because each game you kind of knock the arrow a little bit differently, so you do have to get used to knocking the arrow at the same time as pulling back on here. Some games are going to be a little bit easier than other ones. You'll see on Swordsman I had to go down every time, compared to Elven Assassin, just putting the controller in the right spot and pulling back was good. But it was a lot of fun, a lot more fun than just having two controllers and kind of moving the controllers about. This definitely made that feel more realistic and more immersive of an experience for sure. In terms of price point, we are looking at $110 with the straps. If you're not looking to get the straps, you can get it for a little bit cheaper as well. And that is right on their website. I will link that below where you can find that if you're interested in looking that up a little bit more and purchasing this. If you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to answer anything I can. If you play a lot of bow and arrow games and you want to make your experience that much better, this is something you definitely need to look into getting. Super fun, makes it so much more immersive, realistic, and it looks pretty cool too, not gonna lie. So thanks for watching this one. We'll see you next time here on True North VR.